Hey guys, what's up? This is Mel, and I'm here to talk about The Walking Dead episode 602 titled JSS, which premiered Sunday, October 18th, 2015. So, first things first, if you haven't seen the episode yet, do so first before you come and see what I have to say about it, because I would hate for my own thoughts and opinions and observations to influence the way you experience the episode. So do that first. Also, any and all disclaimers are in the description box below. I don't want to waste any time going through that right now. So with that said, let me start my 10-minute clock and let's get started quickly. Now, what did we learn this episode? Quite a few things, actually. So basically, in present day for this episode is kind of taking place simultaneously with what happened in the premiere episode with Rick and his group of people trying to get rid of those quarry walkers. This episode deals with what the other half of the group is doing back at Alexandria. So in this episode, we learn how Enid ended up in Alexandria, and she's constantly drawing the letters JSS during her solo travels, and we learn at the very end that it stands for Just Survive Somehow, which was very cool saying, and very easy saying for her to always have that as a reminder. So it's pretty cool. We also see the wolves in action, and I thought they were like barbarians, to say the least. Next, we learned that Morgan learned to use the bow staff from a few people, I think, or it was one person or a group of people, but he tells it to Father Gabriel in passing. It was like a quick thing during all the action. So at least I'm saying that it is mentioned. Next, the horn that happened at the end of the last episode is shown to be a truck horn after it crashed into the guard tower during the wolves' attack on Alexandria. It took me a moment to remember that is how the episode ended, because for a while there I was wondering, okay, where's Rick, where's Daryl, where's everyone else? And then I remembered, oh, they're doing the quarry walker thing. So there's that. Next thing, Aaron seems to be the only Alexandrian that knew how to use a weapon and wasn't afraid to do so. Spencer, Deanna's son, in the guard tower knew how to shoot, yet he seemed afraid to actually get into the action. So there's that. We also see Aaron finding his backpack with all the photos of Alexandria in it, and he found it with one of the dead wolves, and he's starting to blame himself. Kind of hard not to with the way things played out. Last thing, Morgan ended up killing the wolf guy that attacked him in the season 5 finale. Proof to me that in a world like this, the zombie apocalypse, you basically kill your enemies first, or they will come back to attack you again. To kind of like, I don't know, it's just, with these kinds of shows, you always see time and time again, if our good guys let someone go, chances are that person is going to come back to attack you again, especially if the person they let go is the one who attacked first. So there's that. Okay, so what was the most shocking moment of the episode? Has to be the random man, which we find out is a wolf later on, that took a machete and runs into town and kills that Mrs. Niedermeyer, I think it was, or it was the smoking lady who loves her pasta maker, or who wants a pasta maker, that lady. And all that is happening when Carol just happens to look out the window. That moment where that just broke the serene environment around them was very jarring, probably most shocking, which is what started the whole attack from the wolves, which shocking, and yet not shocking that they really did act like their namesake, barbarians and wolves and pack formation and stuff like that. Plus, apparently another shocking thing, the wolves attack took as long as it took for Carol's casserole to bake in the oven, because when she puts it in the oven, puts the timer on, she goes to see the window to see the lady smoking, and then that's when you see the guy kill her with a machete. When all of it's all done, the timer goes off and Carl's taking the casserole out. So it's a pretty long fight. And according to Talking Dead, and one of the little tidbit things, it's meant to take place or take as long as 45 minutes in real time for the characters, even though it's shorter for us as a viewer. So there's that. Okay, 3 favorite moments. One has to be Carol's changing disguises from between being the Susie Homemaker, as people are calling it, to the wolf impersonator that she was. That was pretty cool. It's not the first time she's had to change her appearance to blend in with her surroundings. She did it when she broke into Terminus back in season 5. She did it when they first came to Alexandria with her homemaker thing, and she's doing it with the wolves. So I thought that was pretty smart and pretty quick thinking of her, and I like that it got her to move around faster and get things done. Second moment, Maggie trying to get Deanna back on her feet. I felt like in that moment she was channeling her father Herschel, because not only did she bring up not only was it having to do with the farming and planting their own vegetables and stuff like that, but it kind of reminded me of when Rick and Herschel were doing kind of the same thing, when Herschel was trying to bring Rick back from what was happening in the prison, or what happened with the first attack at the prison. So I just thought that was a pretty cool parallel. And third favorite moment would have to be Eugene's brutal honesty. That, I don't know, I always find amusement the way it's delivered and what actually is being said in a situation it's being said in. I thought it's pretty entertaining. Okay, so my top peeved moments would have to be the clean household in a zombie apocalypse. That seems odd, but it's really off-putting, especially in an apocalypse such as this, but that was quickly rectified with attack. But it's just like seeing Carol in that really clean kitchen, and then seeing Jesse in that really clean kitchen when it's supposed to be in this zombie world. It seemed off-putting. I don't know how else to say it. Another P would have to be teenager Ron's attitude. It seemed like he'd rather keep his pride or something than survive by having Carl protect him from the wolf that was chasing him. It just seemed like Ron had his own death wish than just to accept help from a kid whose father did kill his abusive father. It was like, yeah, that's semantics, but wouldn't you try to do everything you could to survive? Because it's pretty obvious that all Ron could do was run fast. That was it. And he only caught a break because Carl shot the wolf in the leg, which was chasing Ron. So there's that. Third thing, it really irritated me how unprepared the Alexandrians were to an attack such as this. I mean, this episode made it so obvious just how unprepared these people were for this apocalyptic world. It's just, how did they survive this long for it to get to this point for them? It's just, I don't know. Another thing, it was just a side thing, but Enid eating that tortoise in her little solo journey montage, I mean, for some reason, it seemed more gruesome than when Daryl ate that squirrel, I think, back in season 2. Maybe it's because Enid maybe had more blood, or maybe it's because we didn't see a fire, or that she cooked it or anything, but, like, I don't know, it just seemed more gruesome for some reason for me. Which was kind of weird, considering for the rest of the episode, we saw guts being cut into, limbs being chopped off, and, like, that's gruesome on itself, but, like, I don't know, I always had a thing with the cannibalistic parts. Not cannibalistic parts, but when it seems like it's a cannibalistic act, then that's kind of what weirds me out for a bit. Even though I know the tortoise is an animal that can be eaten and stuff like that. I'm getting off track, I'm sorry. So, what will I remember about this episode? It's going to be pretty hard to think of anything else but the wolves attacking Alexandria. So, that's pretty much it. Random questions. There's only 3 that I have. 1, how many Alexandrians survived the attack? Doesn't seem like many, but I don't think it would be just Rick's original group that survived. We did see Jesse, I'm assuming Ron and Sam are alive. Spencer and Deanna are alive. That Denise, the new doctor, she survived. Aaron and his partner, I can't remember his name, survived. Who else? The lady that was in the closet in the armory, can't remember her name, but she survived. So I can't remember who else, but those are the only ones that pop in my head of the original Alexandrians that survived that attack. So maybe we'll get a more definite answer next week. Next question, will the wolves attack again? I am thinking yes, only because it's kind of similar to when it was the whole prison versus Woodbury storyline back in season 3 and season 4. I didn't think I'd go over, but I did. So anyways, in that storyline, we had the season 3 finale, they had the one showdown, and then in season 4, they had another one. So it seemed in that second one, one of the actual leaders of the fight is what stopped the whole thing from building up. So if anything, that's probably a good basis to go by, just to like story pattern and stuff like that. Third question, how long before Rick and the others from the Quarry Walker mission, how long until they come back to see the damage done on Alexandria? So, I mean, was it even stated how far out they were? And I think they're only going back by foot, so that would take them even longer to get there. So there's that. So quickly on the predictions, what I have 4 of them. So one would have to be, we're going to see the outcome of Rick's plan to deal with the Quarry Walkers. We still have Daryl, Abraham, and Sasha trying to lead those Quarry Walkers away from Alexandria. But with that horn going off, we're going to see just how many straight away, or if the Daryl, Abraham, and Sasha could continue on with the plan. Next prediction, Father Gabriel is either going to be trained by Carl, like planned in this episode, or he may just go to Morgan to get his training. But it seems like Father Gabriel is trying to get turn around on a new leaf, I guess. I'm not sure I even said that right, but you get what I mean. Third one, there's going to be some reconstructing inside Alexandria. That's definitely in order, not only because they lost so many people, but because their perimeter is down, their security is weak. They definitely have to rethink a few things. Enid even said a few of their problems to Carl when they're trying to wait out the whole attack. So there's that. And the last prediction, there are going to be troubles for Rick and the others as they try to get back home. To what extent, who knows? Maybe they run into some stray wolves, or they're going to have to try to get the zombies in a formation again. I don't know. We'll just have to wait to see. And that's all I have to say. So, what did you guys think? Were you expecting this side of the story, as it were? I mean, I think I predicted it last week that the wolves had to be the source of the horn, but I didn't expect it to be on this level for some reason. It still threw me off. But it was great to see that already 2 episodes in, and we're like got 2 full action-packed episodes already. So that's just great. It only has me amped up for the rest of the season. But what did you guys think? Don't forget to leave a comment below about what your own thoughts, opinions, and your own predictions about what's to come. Pretty much the same thing 3 times in that option thing, but I don't know. Sorry. But if you haven't already, like this video if you just like the format, or if you like how it's being presented to you. You don't have to like it. It would be nice. But the only thing I ask is that don't dislike it because you disagree with what I have to say. Everyone is open to their own opinions. Just because you have an opinion and I don't like it, I'm not going to openly dislike it. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch. If you don't agree, you don't have to give it a thumbs down. But if you like it, or like what I have to say, or just like that I'm even doing this video, then give it a thumbs up. But I'm not forcing you. It's your own choice. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. You get a lot more alerts, I'm guessing, for when any of my new videos go up. So if you want those, then subscribe. And don't forget to share this video either. Spread the word around, keep the fandom growing. It's always great. And that's pretty much it. So I better go. So until next week, talk to you guys then. Bye.